special kudos out to Ricky Corbetta for bringing the chairs and was hosting the podium here. And Felix Endico for who has a generator? I mean, come on. I really am glad we're all here to remember our dear friend Howard. Howard impacted the lives of everybody who knew him and everybody who came in contact with him. As most of you know, everybody in Scarsdale has a nickname. Howard was the master of nicknames. He gave me my nickname. People started calling me Brettos, and he cut it short to Toes. But he didn't realize at the time what a genius he was, because years later I was somewhat of a high school track star, and people would go, "Go Toes, go Toes, go Toes." It was just perfect. I mean, really unbelievable. And even up to now, today, people still call me Toes. So just a very, very big impact on me and everybody else. Win, here's something you might not have known about Howard. You made him a lot of lunches in junior high school? Who knows what happened to Howard's lunches? Anyone? He would toss his lunch out every day. I think he would eat the Fritos and the Twinkies. And the reason I knew that is because I did the same thing, and he and I would be the first and second one out on the soccer field at Quaker Ridge every day. Now, I don't know if we got hungry in the afternoon, I don't know. And we used to play soccer, even the people here from Quaker Ridge, we would play soccer in the snow, and I think Howard, or maybe I'm giving him credit where it may not be true, but we would play snooker. Soccer in the rain, I mean in the snow. Snooker. As some of you may know, as Bob Carter may know, I had a little trouble in camp. I went to this camp called Takaho, and some people say I ran away from camp. I always say I just came home. Okay? So, truthfully, the next year when I was applying for Camp Greylock wouldn't take me. Really. So Howard said, "You got to try this place, Echo Lake, you'll love it." So I was in a bunk with Howard at Camp Echo Lake, and I just had one of the best summers of my life with Howard, and he really convinced me to go to Echo Lake. And the best advice Howard ever gave me that I didn't take, and I should have, was at Camp Echo Lake. He said, "Michael, you gotta learn to play golf." And I thought it was like an old man's sport, and like, why would I want to learn golf? And I was terrible at it. But really, I wish I had taken that advice. Howard and I used to also go bowling. He drove us back and forth to the bowling alleys. And we had our balls at Post Bowling Alley, and we just always had a good time. But what I really remember Howard the most for is for the New York Mets. He gets a lot of credit for being a huge Ranger fan, which he was. That was his passion. But we had a great routine. Howard and I would take the train to Grand Central Station, and the Sporting News published a book that had the hotels where all the baseball teams stayed at. So we would go to the hotels of all the major league players before the games, meet them, get their autographs, take the train out to Shea Stadium, see the game, come back to Grand Central and take the train back to Scarsdale. And we did this. We met everybody, and I mean everybody. But one of the really great baseball moments that I've had, and there were really two or three with Howard, was we went to see the St. Louis Cardinals, and we were at their hotel before the game. The team bus leaves, and the leading all-time base stealer at the time was somebody named Lou Brock. This guy's a superstar. He misses the team bus. So he looks at us like, "Sonny, hey, how do you get out to Shea Stadium?" We tell him, "We're going out to Shea." He says, "Well, you want to take a cab?" "Oh, no, that takes too long. We'll go on the subway." So Howard and I are on the subway, going out to Shea Stadium with the superstar on the opposing team. Nobody in the subway recognizes Lou Brock. And I remember going down the steps and somebody's out there, Met Yearbook, Met Yearbook, Met Yearbook. And Lou Brock says, "Who are those guys?" It was just amazing and that we were able to do this. I've heard people talk about some of Howard's happiest moments, and I shared a lot of them with him. But I think one of the happiest moments for him was at Shea Stadium, where he caught a Hank Aaron batting practice home run. Home run ball. He was like, whoa! And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then just to tell you how silly we were in those days, and we were silly. One time we sat out 2 rain delays at Shea Stadium with ponchos out in center field. It was torrential raining. It was so bad that night we went home, and on the news you could see these 2 people in ponchos in center field. It's a bad day at Shea. And there Howard and I just sitting there to be young. Howard. And then we one time went to see the Philadelphia Phillies, and I don't know why I still remember this placard that we made, but we said, rhinoceroses are red, hippopotamuses are pink, the Mets are great, and the Phillies stink. 40 years later, I still remember this. Just truly, truly amazing. So I just wanted to conclude by saying that, Howard has had a big impact on my life. And I miss him. I always will miss the times we shared together, but he's going to live on with me for the rest of my life.